Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Michaela and I am doing with you today a new pattern, and it's the bottoms of the I don't think I've named it yet, of the crossed band top. I'm so excited. I wanted to make it as a set. I do have a similar pattern to this one, but there is a difference. That pattern actually has the back, which comes like to a V and has a ruching in the back. These bottoms, they do not have ruching in the back, and the back is not coming as a V, it's a straight band. So that being said, this set can actually be used as swimwear, activewear. I am actually planning to use it as activewear and perhaps for pole dancing. So yes, I'm really excited because it's a very useful set actually, and for this reason I've only cut lining to my front piece, which is the one which I'm showing it here. So these are my two front pieces, which they've been cut in mirror, and this is my back piece, left and right. They do not have any lining and they've also been cut in the mirror. This is my waistband, which I'm going to stitch the sides together. On the pattern it will be indicated cut on fold, but I didn't have enough fabric in length, so I had to divide it like this in two. And I have here my straps to create the spaghetti strap, to use the ruching to the sides for the shorts. That being said, I'm going to place the I'm going to place the back pieces one on top of another, and I'm going to actually pin and stitch or serge the center. And by the way, these shorts are really, I want to say, beginners friendly, because really the first time I've done it, I would say I was perhaps in the beginners line. It was many years ago, and I didn't find it very difficult to make them. So and I've only done the very first one with my normal sew machine, and it turned out perfect. Okay, so I've done that's my back piece, and I'm going to do the same thing for my front piece. And let me just tell you, in case you do not have a serger, you can use your normal sew machine. I usually do first the basting stitch, because I don't want my fabric to be very slippery. Sometimes serging can be tricky, so I already feel like my fabric is a little bit slippery, so perhaps I will be doing a basting stitch, which is actually just a straight stitch with the highest stitch length basically, and afterwards I'm making small cuts into it, which will help create stretch to my fabric, but also can be removed if you wish. So for me that's enough to create a little cut into the fabric, and we can go ahead to the normal sew machine. As you can see, I have it here prepared already, my stitch length, which is on 4, and I'm going to take this, the front piece, as an example, but I just wanted to say that I'll be doing all the other 3 pieces off camera, or other 2 pieces, sorry. But I just wanted to say that in case you do not want, this is an optional step. I find it much easier. Okay, so the next thing is making these little cuts into the stitch, which, like I said, allows me to have stretch to my fabric. And now if you do not have a serger or an overlocker, you can always use your zigzag stitch. My zigzag stitch, when I use it, I usually set it up on 3 width and length. But if you do have a serger, you can obviously always use the serger, as it will always give a more professional look. So I have here the serged bit, and like I said, next thing will be doing off camera these 2 parts, right? These other 2 bits in exactly the same way, and I will be serging the sides of my waistband. Okay, so I have already the 3 parts all serged, and I have here my back piece with the right side facing me. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to be placing the front piece with the right side facing, and what we are going to do, we are going to stitch, and I am going to do another basting stitch, and I will explain you soon why, because I would like to practically sandwich the back piece in between the 2 layers of the front piece, so this way we are hiding the crotch seam, so that would be invisible. So I'm practically just doing the basting stitch here for the 2 front and back pieces. Okay, and next thing what I'm going to do, I am going to take my front piece like this, and I am going to be placing it underneath, sorry, like this. So I'm going to be placing it underneath, and I will be matching again the seams, right? So then the front piece will be hiding the seam over here, and will be hiding the seam of the lining because of the back of the lining, because of the back piece only having 1 layer cannot be hidden. So that being said, I am going to do this with you. So like I said, I'm having here the lining facing the right side of the fabric underneath, and I'm going to place it under the foot on my serger like this, and I'm going actually quite slow because I want to match my seams together. So now it's so easy for you to actually see it, because we will be separating the layers. So on this side, obviously the seam is hidden, and on this side the seam of the lining is also hidden, and the seam of the crotch also hidden. Since the back piece did not have a lining, there is no hidden seam. And now what I'm going to do, I am going to be pinning all the lining around my going to be pinning all the lining around my main fabric, and I'm going to do a base stitch. So from that moment I'm going to be treating it as just simply one piece instead of two pieces of fabric, right? So I'm going to do this off camera, pinning all around and doing a basting stitch. Okay, so I did the basting stitch like I told you for my lining, and now the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to actually I'm going to hem all the sides, so then it's going to be easier to create um, the channels. Yes, so I'm actually using my overlocker machine, but like I said, if you do not have an overlocker, you can always use your zigzag stitch. I would be using it on the same settings to hem the sides. So now I'm going to hem all the other three parts off camera, and in the same time I have here my waistband, and I'm going to be folding it in two. And what I'm going to do, actually, I am going to do also a basting stitch. So I'm securing these two layers of fabric together. And as you know, I always like to start from the seams, so my seams are always matching. So I'm going to be pinning all around, and then I'm going to do the basting stitch, and also I'm going to do already my spaghetti straps. I'm not going to show you on the video, but what I'm actually doing, I'm just folding it in two and serging. I'm not even adding elastic because they do not need to have any extra support. They are just for ruching, but I will be indicating a video on the description. By the way, always the videos are indicated in the description of the listing in Etsy, because it's obviously so much easier to copy paste it from there. So yes, that being said, I'm going to do all this off camera. Once I'm done, I'll come back to show you the next steps. Okay, so I have here everything prepared. The shorts, I've hemmed the sides, I've prepared my waistband, and I have my little spaghetti straps for the strap channel. But first, what we are going to do, we are going to actually top stitch, fold inside the edge and top stitch it about 1.5 centimeters inside, like this. And in case you do not have a cover stitch, you can use your zigzag stitch on the normal sew machine, but nevertheless I am going to show you at least one side. So I'm taking this part, and if you do have a cover stitch, you know that you should always create a small tail when you do not have any part to relay on. So I am actually creating here a small tail with my with another fabric. So now I'm sliding it underneath. So in this way, it's much easier to feed the fabric. So this step is not actually very fast because obviously you'll always have to keep checking that there's no too much bulkiness, or just simply that you are you are folding enough fabric inside. Of course, you can also measure it with a pen. I've been doing this for a while, so let's just say perhaps I'm more used to it, let's just say like that. You can also use a double needle on your normal sewing machine if you have one. I do have one, but I rarely use it now, but in the beginning I actually did use it. So I actually wanted to finish with you this side, because in this way I can actually show you already one side on how to create a strap channel. So I'm doing this with my normal sew machine. So I'm taking this part which has been already top stitched, right? And I'm going to be placing it on top of each other. And I am going to be pinning it because I want these parts to match pretty well together. And the same, we are not going to create the top stitch very close to the edge. It will be a little bit further to the edge. The same, I would say a centimeter and a half from the edge. So I have here my fabric prepared, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce my stitch length to 2.5 because I want it at its a dense stitch length actually. And I'm lowering the foot like that. Going to make it even smaller, to be honest. So here in the back I did go a few times back and forth because I wanted that it's very well secured. And once we have this, I'm going to separate the two layers of fabric, and I'm going to do another straight stitch, right? And I am actually, you see, I see kind of like a little bit of a distance. So since this part it's under a lot of tension, I am going to go one more time over this stitch. Because I want to be 100% sure that it's very well secured. All right, so now we're going to separate the two layers, and we are going to do another another stitch. That's one side, and I am going to do the other side also with you, so then I can show you how I'm introducing my strap channel and secure my straps into my strap channel. Okay, so I'm going to take two straps, and I'm going to be passing them through the strap channel, and I am going to start practically from down till up. And I try that my first strap, it's not ruching too much, right? That it stays here pretty much straight, so then it's easier for my other strap to be passed through. And I did leave here a little bit more of strap, so when I'm passing the second one, it's not pulling whatsoever and remaining it too short. And here I'm leaving a little bit of the straps. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a straight stitch over, so I'm securing the straps. Now I'm going to repeat everything I've shown you in off camera. Once I'm done, I'm going to show you how to add the waistband, and your beautiful shorts will be ready. Okay, so I've done already on the both sides the ruching channels, and I've added my strings. The top stitching is done on the leg openings, so now we are doing the last step, and this is adding the waistband. And I wanted to tell you this, I turned already the shorts on the right side of the fabric, and the waistband is a little bit shorter than the shorts. This is to have a bit of more tummy tucking, I want to say. I like a bit of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to slide the waistband over my shorts, so practically we are matching the waistband with the right side of the fabric of the shorts together. And I am going to start from the seams, and once I am pinning, I'm slightly pulling the waistband like this, so then it will match perfectly with the band, with the shorts eventually. But I'm actually not going to show you this last setup on camera, since it's like such an easy step, and I'm actually just pinning. We'll be doing a basting stitch, and then I will be serging. You do not need to add any elastic whatsoever. If you feel like going straight to your serger, you can also just simply do that. I am definitely pinning first the band, and then I will be doing the basting stitch all around and will be serging it. Once I'm done, the shorts are finally finished and they look really beautiful. Can't wait to actually be training tomorrow in the gym with them. If you have any questions, please feel free to write me, and if not, I wish you happy sewing.